Now we want to select from group members. So let's see what exactly group members, what the structure is here. So how do we know who belongs to, we don't want to check where, we just want to check how many groups you belong to. So if there's a username of yours here, and then the disabled button is 0, regardless whether you're a member, you are a moderator or admin, it means you belong to that group. So the only thing we need to check for is if your user ID is there and disabled is equal to 0. So pretty easy, right? And owner is right there, right? That's the username. So let me copy that. So select all from group members. Yes, group underscore members, where, what are we looking for exactly? Where disabled is equal to 0, and not owner. No, this is not owner, this is user ID. So where the user ID is equal to owner, and there's no types there because everything in there is a group. So let's remove that. Pretty good. Now we don't want to save this to results because we are already using results there. We're going to override it. So instead, we're going to say results 2. Just, you know, very original stuff. Results 2. Okay, so the important thing here is to note, if result is an array, let's add to it. If it's not, then let's set result to whatever we got here. Yes? Yes. So we should only care if result 2 returned a result here. If it didn't return a result, then we just ignore it and do whatever we're doing here. But if it did, we do this. Yes? So if result 2, yes, and then we check again if result 1 has some data. I hope this is not getting confusing a little bit. Okay. All right, here. So now keep in mind that this will return an array of items, a lot of items. This will also return an array of more items. So if result 2 is equal to nothing, we got nothing here, okay, then this part will be ignored and then we'll do just exactly what we're doing. But if we did find something, we have to check if the first one was an array. If it wasn't, so I think let's be very explicit here. Let's just say if is array, just so we know exactly what we are asking here. Because the reason why this is important is because the functions I want to use here only work if whatever I'm trying to use is an array. Okay, so if this returned a result, but this has no result, we are going to end up here, okay, on the else of this one. So when we end up there, we're just going to say result 1 is equal to result 2. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If this returned no result, but this returned result, then we're going to say result will be equal to the one that returned result, so that we can deal with it here. Okay, but if this did return result and this did return, we're just going to combine the results together. So how do we combine that? Obviously we'll use a loop. So I'll say for each, yes, for each result 2. So I don't need the key, I just need this to be a row, that's all. So here what I will do is I'll just say result, add to the result the current row, like this. Yeah, that should sort the problem out. Okay, let's confirm if this has worked. So here I'm supposed to at least see the group that this girl belongs to. So refresh. And there we go. We returned a result. Looky there. Interesting. But this is a bit of a problem. As you can see here, it's returning the wrong stuff. Yes. Now, the reason it's returning the wrong stuff is because if you select from group members, yes, if you select from group members, these are not actual rows that contain any data. This just contains the user ID and the group ID. So what we are really interested in is the group ID, and we need to retrieve data from the users table, which contains all the information about this group. So do not be fiery. This is how we're going to do that. Okay. So when this is an array, and we know that is an array as well. Actually, before we even know whether this is an array or not, what we want to do is, let's come here because result 2 has returned an array. So what we will do is we will say group IDs, these are many IDs, right, is equal to array column. So we want to just get one column. So the input is result 2, of course, and then the column is group ID. So what I'm telling it to do is from the results, just get the group IDs only, okay? And then what we do with group IDs, we implode them so that we create a string instead. So group IDs is equal to, so I'll start here by saying, I just want that. So I'm holding a single quote in here inside double quotes there. And then I want to implode. That's what I want to do. Implode there. So what is the glue? We do that and a comma. So that single quote, comma, single quote inside double quotes. And the pieces are inside, oh, not in there, but they're inside group IDs, like so. So let's remove all that. Pretty good, yes. So now we have a group IDs in form of a string. So we can use that to do another query. So the reason we are doing this last query is because we want to get the details of the actual groups and not just the group IDs that we have, because as you can see, we are lacking some detail here. So let's come back here. So now we select from users. We use that query over there. Let's bring it here and paste it. Yes. So where the owner is equal to owner, so right here we change owner to mean, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so where instead of owner is user ID, because now we have the IDs of the groups themselves. So where user ID, no, we're not going to say in because there are many of them. We're not going to say equal, we're going to use in, like so. And then in will be represented by some brackets like this. And then we'll put group IDs, like so. And type is equal to group. Okay, so that should do it. Now it shouldn't be the result 2 here, no. It should be groups, maybe. Maybe group rows, like that. So group rows is equal to that. Now, if group rows returned some results, then we do this and we go through them like that, okay? But if it didn't, the result will be equal to, wait a minute. So, yeah, this is weird. This else statement should be somewhere else. Here. So if this is an array, this as a result, we do that. Okay, quite all right. So there's one more condition here I'm missing. So what if the result has nothing and this one has returned a result? So this will work out. But what if this has a result and this has a result? It will still work out okay. But what if this has no result but this has a result. So that's the last one we don't have. So this has a result, this has no result. Then we simply ignore it, right? But if this has a result, there's one more I'm missing here. Okay, what if this has a result and this does not have a result? Do we have that? So if this has no result, but this has a result, then we ignore it. Okay, so I think it's actually working. Unless I've forgotten something. So let's refresh. Ooh, no groups were found. So there's a failure point there, most likely in the query itself. So what I can do is, let me just echo the query here. Shall I? So let's come back here and refresh. Oh, there we go. So it says select all from users where user ID in that. Oh, so there's a inverted comma missing here at the end. Okay, my bad, my bad. So it means here when imploding, let's add the closing inverted comma. I think that should solve the problem. So refresh. Bam, there we go. So now even the members that have just been added to the group will also see their groups they belong to here. So if I click on groups and click here, let's click here now, and there we go. So I can now see the group and post stuff there. Yes, yes. But unfortunately, I cannot see the members here. And I think we did that because we only want members to be able to. No, as a member, I am supposed to be able to see that. So let's see if we can solve that real quick. So I'll go to group.php. So group.php. Actually, it should be the default, group content default. So let's come here. Oh, so this is members. So this is the access level here that is required. And that access level is members. Which is actually correct. So why isn't it working? Ooh. Okay, what I want to do here is, let me echo and just say here. So let's see if this is not the thing prohibiting. If we can see this, then it means there's just something wrong with the query here, down here. So let's refresh. And we don't see that here, there. Yes, but if I take it here, I should be able to see that, no? Yeah, there we go. So the problem is not any of this. The problem is in the access question. So group access members. Okay, so there's something wrong here. It's not allowing members to see this. So we'll check that out in the next video.